Hey guys, April here, and it's not always about cost difference. Granted, you can find a cheaper trip to Alaska. My trip is for 6 women, maybe 8 max. It's for 9 days, 9 nights. We cover a big chunk of the interior of Alaska. We go out on a small boat. You can see through the pictures. We do several nights going out for Aurora photography, and we try to pace ourselves so that we do stay rested. I think staying rested and healthy is important. If anything, there's a lot of sitting, to be honest. So I just did a quick search. There's a company called Go Colette, which, yes, they're a big company. It's not showing who leads this tour. If 15 people is their small group, I'm not sure. They do offer a Northern Lights Alaska trip. They also offer meals with that, but does that allow you to choose what you eat? I'm not sure. With my trips, I try to definitely pick local restaurants, and that way you can choose from the menu, whether you need plant-based diet, if you're just pescatarian, vegetarian, vegan, whatever your allergies are, let me know, and I can be sure to find restaurants to accommodate. But I myself have a lot of allergies to different foods myself, so I try to be aware of that, but yet also be sure that we're eating something local, you know, a restaurant that's local. There's some really good places that I really enjoy including. And yes, in this case, my trip is more expensive, and I have had to recently raise the price. So if you're in one of the women's groups that I've advertised it on, you literally have until the last day of February. I will honor the $5,500 price. But over here, you do get a lower price trip if you take it during February and March, which even single room, it is cheaper. It's less days. I believe it's 7 nights. It does, I believe, go up to Fairbanks, though I'm not really seeing that. Oh, yes, it does go to Fairbanks. I do now see that. It does stop in Anchorage. So it includes a lot of similarities, and the big difference is probably that you're with a larger group of people and you're not eating your choice at the restaurants. I do cover breakfast on my trip. I do include a lot of local guides. You know, if we're doing a boat, it's a boat that holds just our group. So that way, if we want to get in tight to the glaciers, as you can see, there's the little boat. That day, I think we had 4 plus the extra captain and additional people on the boat to help us. So I really try to make it a personal experience, places I love and places that I'm passionate about with a lot of locals. And since we are traveling in one vehicle, I can't outguess the price of gas. I try my best. So sometimes, you know, it's not, for me, it's not about making a big profit. You know, you probably realize, you know, I don't have the best luggage. I'm not wearing the most expensive gear. So it's evident that it's my passion. It's having other people to go and see their excitement when they experience the Northern Lights for the first time, when they can actually see a moose up close and we can observe all of that. And I also make the schedule flexible. I mean, depending on if we go out for the Northern Lights, sometimes we're getting picked up at 10 o'clock with a local who really knows where to find the best dark sky experience. And then sometimes we're not getting in till 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning. So I'm not going to start the next day super early since I need to be alert to keep you safe. So yes, in this case, this trip is cheaper. I don't know who leads it, but if price is something that's of concern, I would call these people and talk about who's leading it and get more details. I'm not opposed to knowing that my trip isn't for everyone. Not everyone wants to be in a super small group, but I also make sure that that is why at the end of the day, after we've spent all that time together, myself, and I know I need my own room and just some downtime myself to do my own evening routine. If we're in a place where I can go take a walk, you know, some of those things are important. So I'm making sure we're staying in a place where, if it's possible, you're walking distance to other opportunities. But honestly, our days are really full. There's a lot of miles when you look at the map going between Anchorage all the way to Fairbanks and then taking a different route coming back. So if you have questions, I definitely encourage you to go and do your homework, investigate these other options that are out there, call them, see what they feel like for you. I'm not going to twist anyone's arm as far as taking a trip with me. It needs to be a joint decision, you know. And with a small group, it is. Dynamics are very important. So it's important to me to get a great mix of people and also people that are very flexible travelers. I think that's the other thing. You need to be open. If you know that you definitely have your own ideas, you might want to consider a self-guided tour. And I'm more than happy to help you with that kind of itinerary, help you find places to stay. You know, getting around Alaska isn't difficult, especially during September when the weather is nice. This trip over here, I don't know if they have September dates and if that affects the price, because September can be a little bit more expensive because of the fall colors. This one in February and March, you're going to have many opportunities for Aurora, but during the day, most likely there's still snow on the ground. You're not going to see fall colors. I'm not sure how many animals you might see. Denali National Park itself, they don't have staffing, so I don't know how open it is as such. As far as backcountry, you can always wander into the backcountry with the bears, but again, that's not my thing. This one, too, you might want to ask how active it is, how much walking there is. I know there's plenty of super active women's trips going to Alaska as well. So if you have questions, hit me up. I'm also going to be at the Travel Symposium on March 4th. So thanks, guys.